Liverpool are the luckiest team in Premier League history. That is according to rivals, that is according to bitterness, that is according to the media narrative this season. So, Liverpool are going on to win the Premier League title this season to make it number 20. However, it is undeserved, according to some fans, some rival fans, because we are so lucky. So, in this episode, I'm going to be looking at what luck we have been getting and what luck has been made up by the rest of the rivals. Liverpool have been sensational throughout the season. Recent drop-off has been expected. The team's run into the ground. Lack of rotation has sort of not helped Liverpool massively. Other competitions as well, going out of those hasn't helped. But it is really a historic season for the Reds. It's an historic season for the Reds, potentially joining Manchester United on 20 league titles, the most in the country. And has it been a very, very good season, or have Liverpool just been lucky, like rivals say? So where does the luck start then? I'm going to start this episode by saying there is a slight of luck, and you've got to have a little bit of luck on your side anyway. If you're wanting to win titles, you're wanting to win trophies, at some point you're going to get a little bit of luck. Where has this luck come from Liverpool? I think it comes along the lines of what other teams have done, possibly. Man City and Arsenal, big drop-offs from them from last season. Arsenal, obviously, big injuries to like the Saka, Jesus got injured, Havertz got injured, Martinelli got injured. Then they're like a front line, all injured at one point. However, Liverpool were top of the league before Saka got injured, before these players got injured, and were clear of Arsenal at that point already. Man City, huge drop-off. No one expected that. I expected Man City to drop off slightly, maybe, but not to the point where they're fighting for top four, not where they are. Rodri being out was a massive, massive miss for Man City. They went and got Gonzalez in January, so it's a brilliant signing for them. Is it a season-defining injury? I said it before. I think it's more of the position that CDM position is absolutely important. For example, if we didn't have Gravenberch to adjust his game and adjust his ability to play in that position, then I think we would have struggled a little bit more this season without Gravenberch in that CDM position, because we don't have really CDM of that stature and that eliteness. Thankfully, Gravenberch has been able to adapt his game and play there to a very, very good level. Therefore, we haven't missed that CDM as much. But that's on Man City to address themselves. They should have got maybe a backup to possibly put instead of Rodri. They should have maybe had someone else be able to adapt themselves by the way Gravenberch has for Liverpool to play instead of Rodri when he's not there. Because you can't rely on one player. You can't do that. You cannot rely on one player to make a team. You can't do that. It is a very, very important position. So that position needs covering and needs addressing. Speaking of that, of which, Arsenal are going around saying they've got this attacking issue, got no striker or anything like that. Got a few injuries. Yes, you had a few injuries, but again, in the transfer window, you didn't address your situation with the attacker. You should have bought a striker in summer. They should have bought a striker maybe in January to address that. I think if they bought a striker in January, I think they'd be a lot closer to Liverpool than what they are right now. That is not luck on Liverpool. That's on Liverpool's side. That is simply bad planning from Arsenal, bad planning from Man City. However, Liverpool have had bad planning. We didn't buy anyone in summer. We left Arne Slot short as per. We give him Kies at 10 million and clearly don't want to play him. That's on Arne Slot for not playing maybe in more minutes. But I think we have been lucky regarding keeping certain players fit. I think that's what it is. We've had injuries. If we're talking about injuries in terms of Liverpool, we've had many, many injuries. I'll go through them now, actually. So we've missed Alisson Becker for 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 games. Missed Alisson Becker for 8 games. Konate has been out for 6 games. Joe Gomez has been out since game week 20. Tsimikas missed a few. Conor Bradley, not. Also, Trent Alexander-Arnold's been injured as well, out for quite a bit. He's obviously out until we further notice. At the moment, Tal Martin's been out. Harvey Elliott missed quite a bit at the beginning of the season. Kies has also been injured as well. Jota in and out, missed a few times. Gakpo's been injured in recent weeks. So we have had injuries. But I think in terms of who we've kept fit is the most important thing with Liverpool this season. Like I said, Gravenberch staying fit is massive. And we're seeing that now, how important those, like say Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister are, because now they're tiring off, they're starting to show a little bit of weakness. And we're starting to find out the lack of ambition that we've had off the pitch and the lack of depth that we do really have in terms of quality. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and McAllister have ran into the ground right now. And it's showing in games. However, it is good that we've kept these players fit, and a lot of credit goes to Arne Slot and the way he has trained. He's brought specialists in to work on the fitness to make sure these players are fit. The intensity is not as high as it was under Jurgen Klopp, so you're going to get less injuries, less muscle injuries. So, as Arne Slot said the other day, is that really luck, or is it more of you sort of focused on making sure that doesn't happen, and that's preparing for injuries and things like that. So, in terms of preparing for not getting as many injuries, I think we've done fantastically in that as a club. But in terms of preparing for a good depth, then I think we've been slightly lucky on who's got injured, if that makes sense. Because if like a Gravenberch got injured, Endo does a job, but as a full 90 minutes, he's not really like a league player. Again, behind McAllister, Szoboszlai, it's quite a bit of a drop off. Elliott's been out. He's dropped off this season, Elliott, but he is still a sensational player. I think obviously Van Dijk, if you keep Van Dijk fit, you've always got a chance of something. If Van Dijk got injured, then the drop off is massive. So in terms of that, but again, look, what Arsenal missed Gabriel Saliba for a little bit, possibly not enough to cause concern in terms of the whole season. I think what with Arsenal is mainly the forward line all getting injured at the same time. That's unlucky. But I go back to our time when our defence all got injured at the same time. We didn't prepare that season for that to happen. As in, like, we went into the season with 3 centre-backs, 2 of them being injury-prone. We only have ourselves to blame. The Van Dijk injury is the only one that was not expected. The Gomez injury and the Matip injury back then were expected. We decided to go underprepared into that season at centre-back position. Exactly the same with Arsenal. They've gone unprepared into a season as an attacking option, attacking position of the pitch, and they've been punished for it. Unfortunately, they've had injuries in that position, and they've got no one to replace them. So that's on them. That's not really on our luck. I think another piece of luck is possibly like that Arsenal and City have dropped off a little bit. I think if it was Arsenal and City from last season, absolutely would have a bigger title race. And the team that is chasing us right now, in terms of us being lucky, if you talk about luck specifically, we're lucky that it's Arsenal chasing us. And I mean that not in it's not our fault, that's our luck. It's more so that Arsenal not been there, they've not done that, they seem to have not have the mentality. When we dropped off, they didn't take advantage of it. If it was a City side from previous years, even if it was a little bit off the City side of previous years, they used to take advantage of every drop off you have. You couldn't really drop off all the time. And we've given Arsenal numerous chances to get back into a title race, and they simply haven't taken them. Is that a bit of luck of ours, or is that just normal circumstances? Because Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp have taken these teams to levels that we've never seen before. What's happening now with a lower point score in terms of the rest of the Premier League and Liverpool, that's the normality. It's not normal for teams in the Premier League to lose 1 game all season or 2 games all season. That's not normality in this league. Teams that used to win used to lose 3 or 4 games a season sometimes, because it was a competitive league, and the rest of the league has sort of got more competitive. I think Arsenal and City have dropped off specifically, but I think other teams this season have got better. Bournemouth, Forest, Newcastle getting better constantly. Aston Villa are always up there. Brighton are always better. So the whole league in itself, bar Southampton, about the bottom 3, I'd say, is very, very competitive. We could go into a game against Wolves, who were 4th bottom, and would struggle. We did struggle. We found it against Wolves. I mean, last time we played Wolves, we beat them 2-1. We didn't deserve to win that game. Wolves were very, very good. And that's against 4th bottom. So you're talking about, is this the worst league ever? in terms of competitive, not really. Maybe the top bit and the bottom three is certainly back into the championship, but the top four, in terms of Arsenal and City specifically, they've dropped off a little bit, but everyone else has played very, very well this season, by a few teams, and they're very, very hard to beat. Look who we've dropped points against. We've dropped points against Manchester United, we've dropped points against Wolves, we've dropped points against Everton. In recent times, I'm thinking. So are we the luckiest team to ever grace the Premier League? No. If we're honest, no. We've lost one game all season. We've lost one game all season. We've managed, in terms of injuries, well. We've got some good physios in there. We've got some good players, people working on correctly on the fitness of players and making sure we don't get as many injuries this season. But I think the only luck that we do get is the fact that it is Arsenal chasing us. And there's still 9 games left of the season, guys. There's still 9 games left of the season. We're out of the Carabao Cup, out of the Champions League in the previous week. And we should go on winning the 20th title. But how tired we are looking, there could be a possibility of a drop-off, but we have got that big gap there, which is fantastic. That big gap is what I think will get us over the line. But again, if we could lose every game and we still might win the league. That's because it's Arsenal chasing us. That's what it seems like at the moment. And Arsenal fans might think the same way as well. I think that's the only really the bit of luck that we have had this season. Maybe it's just to injuries, to not keeping certain players fit, a certain couple of players fit. Salah, Van Dijk, Gravenberch. I want to say McAllister, but not maybe those 3 or 4. Those keeping fit, I think that not really luck though. It's more of preparation of what Slot's doing in behind the scenes as well in the background. But our only bit of luck for me, logically, is the fact that it's Arsenal chasing us. And this might bite me in the backside. We might go on to lose the league. Very unlikely, but it is what it is. But regarding the question and the narrative that everyone keeps saying, our Liverpool team so lucky that it's a poor league. No, we make our own luck. We've been fantastic this season. We've lost one game all season in the Premier League against Nottingham Forest, a very good Nottingham Forest side who are 3rd in the league. So you make your own luck. If we go on to win the title, it's just what it is. It's rival fans, jealousy, bitterness, and they just want to, because they know Liverpool won the title, they want to put any sort of stain on it as they can. Exactly why the last title we did. He did it in COVID times, whatever. Let them run the narratives. Let them think. And they say, it's only the league that they're winning now. We weren't expected to win any league this season. We were going into the season as 3rd favourites. We were going into the season with many rivals saying we're coming 6th, 7th, 8th. Someone said bottom half of the table. We're not that lucky, guys. We've deserved our luck this season. We've deserved the title of the season. So enjoy your rest of your season, rival fans. But yeah, come May, you'll be seeing this lucky fan base see their title finally lift in front of us. Enjoy.